Hi, today I'm going to talk about the relationship between the use of social media and the extent of FOMO, and I'm Changwen Chen. So, for the brief introduction, the data set was conducted through McKendree University, which involved 199 participants. And there are two hypotheses for the study. First is that the frequency use of social media will increase the extent of FOMO online. And the second is that the extent of FOMO will lead to people's depression when facing different situations. Okay, so here's the clean data. Since I want to measure the results easily, so mostly I conduct the survey question into a Likert scale 1 to 5, and I'll explain in detail later. So above is the data, and then the down graphic is the data name. Yeah. So as for the age distribution, mainly they are ranging from 12 to 15 years old, which is not like super big gap, and about 10 participants are 12 years old, and about 70 participants are 13 years old, and about 115 participants are 14 years old, and about 7 participants are 15 years old. And here's the histogram age distribution. And as for the gender distribution, there's the female occupies 86.4%, and the male occupies 13.6%. So here's the 5 different survey questions to measure the extent of FOMO. So like I said, I measure it through a Likert scale 1 to 5, and 1 is never true, and 5 is true for all the time. Yeah. And so I also conducted a descriptive data of social media usage and the FOMO total score. And for the frequency of social media usage, I also conducted through a Likert scale. 1 is once a week or less, and 6 is constantly. So according to the data, you can tell that the maximum is 6, minimum is 1, and then the mean is 3.7, which is higher than the middle number. And for the FOMO total score, I basically add up all the FOMO question scores together to have a overall score. So the maximum is 25, the minimum is 5, and then the mean is 10.7, which is a bit lower than the middle score. So here's the line chart for the relationship between the social media usage and the total FOMO score, which so if you look at the down graphic, you can't really tell the relationship between the two. But I randomly selected participant 1 to 50, and you can tell that if the social media use increase, the extent of FOMO increase. And also, I also created a regression model results and a scatter plot. So if you look at the scatter plot, you can see that there is a strong relationship between the two. And also, if you look at the regression model line, it is also like gradually increasing, which means there is a significant relationship between the two. In addition, if you look at the R square, it is 0.9, which shows there's a significant relationship between the two as well. And regarding to the second hypothesis, there are also 5 questions, and it is also measured through a Likert scale 1 to 5. 1 is almost never, and 5 is almost always. However, when you look at the 5 graphics in the line chart, you can't really see there's a consistency between the questions and the extent of FOMO. So in conclusion, for hypothesis 1, yes, there is a strong relationship between the social media usage and the extent of FOMO online. And the second hypothesis is that no, the extent of FOMO online will not lead to people's depression towards different situations. Thank you.